My story of becoming a mother hasn't happened yet. I was told last year that I would probably never be able to get pregnant because of a medical condition. My desire to be a mother has always been a part of me. It was something that I planned on, from the names if it was a boy, to how she'd look if it was a girl. I thought this part of my life would come naturally, never thinking that it might not be. When you hear a doctor say those words to you, a deep sorrow begins. You start to grieve for something you've always wanted, and seeing my husband's face when I told him was one of the hardest things I've ever had to experience. The words defined me, and I couldn't get them out of my mind. Childless, barren, alone. It was all I thought about. The pain was physical, emotional, and overwhelming. But then one night, I was given a gift by God. It was a dream of me, an older me. In it, I was cleaning out my attic. I was in the middle of sorting and organizing when I felt someone watching me. I turned around and saw a young boy, about 18 or 19, standing behind me. He was tall, with broad shoulders. His hair was brown and wavy. He had bright blue eyes and a sprinkling of freckles across his nose. He was wearing jeans and a blue t-shirt, and he had his hands in the front of the pockets of his jeans. When he saw me look at him, his face broke into a smile, and he said, "I knew I'd find you up here, Mom." I ran to him, hugging him so close. He wrapped me in his arms and kissed the top of my head. Right then I knew that was my son. I woke that morning, and the dream was all I thought of over and over. I replayed the sweetness in my head. It wasn't until a few days later that I shared it with my husband. We were taking a walk, and I told him about a boy I saw in my dream. I described how he looked and what he wore. I told him how he said he knew where he would find me. My husband stopped walking. Then he held my face in his hands and looked into my eyes and said, "That was our son. And God is going to bring him to us, and we need to put our hope in God." He pulled me close and held me. I don't know how this is going to happen, through adoption or a miracle that only God can do, but I do know it will happen. There are many days since then that I stop and think of this dream, the feeling of me being hugged and loved by a boy, and me hugging and loving him back. It makes me happy. I feel his promise, his reassurance, and knowing that God will make me a mother someday. At the beginning of my story, I said that being a mother hasn't happened yet. But at the end of my story is that I'm becoming a mother. Thank you.